Did you know that around 75% of job applicants fail to impress in interviews because they lack the right business vocabulary? Boosting your language skills could be the key to landing your dream job. Building your business vocabulary is a lot like assembling a toolkit. If you just grab random tools without knowing what each one does, the job takes longer and it looks sloppy. But when you choose the right tools and use them with skill, then everything fits together smoothly. It's the same thing with business English. When you use the right words for the right job, you sound sharp, capable, and confident. Just like me with this bow tie. So here's a quick tip. Pick just one new business word a day. Write a sentence with it and use it in a short conversation or message. You don't need to memorize long vocabulary lists either. Just find new words in business articles or podcasts or in real meetings. One small tool at a time, and your kit and your confidence grows stronger. And the truth is this: business English isn't about big words. It's about using the right words in the right way. So, stick around, because today we're going to unlock some essential vocabulary that you can use to help you sound more professional and persuasive in any business situation. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who wants to take their English from good to great. And don't forget to drop your questions in the chat so we can tackle them live after the Mastery Minute. And you'll want to stay for that Mastery Minute, because I'm going to share a new idiom that you just don't want to miss. All right, here we go. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was a talented marketing specialist working in a global company. Now, her ideas were great, but her coworkers often overlooked them. Why? In fact, one day her manager even said, "Sarah, you need to sound more confident and professional when you speak English." That hit her really hard. That's like a gut punch. You see, she wasn't lacking the skill. She was lacking vocabulary. She used simple words all the time, like good and big and nice in meetings, while her coworkers used sharper ones, like effective, significant, and strategic. Same meeting, but a world of difference in those moments. But within a month of learning the right business words and working them into her vocabulary, everything changed. She started leading meetings and giving presentations and even mentoring new staff. Why? Well, because vocabulary isn't just language, it's confidence. True. So, before we jump in, let's talk about why mastering business vocabulary even matters. Well, it's because the words you choose don't just fill up sentences, they actually shape how people see you. The difference between saying, "I think this is okay," and "I recommend this approach," is the difference between sounding unsure and sounding like a leader. Okay? Let's dive into the words and phrases we're going to use. I'm going to work on this in 3 different areas: impact words, precision phrases to help you get to the point, and connection builders. Are you ready? Okay, let's get into it. So let's start with impact words. What is an impact word? Impact words make your ideas stronger. So let's start with something simple: your choice of words. Think of language like setting the volume on your message. Weak words, turn the sound down. Strong words, turn it up. Impact words give your ideas clarity and force. So when you use words like good or bad. Your listener has to guess what you're talking about. But when you say something like measurable results or significant improvement, your meaning is much more clear. One of my clients did a presentation once and said, "Oh, our team did a good job." Oh, well, that sounds okay, but it's also vague. We don't know what we're talking about. So I asked him to try again with impact words. Things like, he said, "Our team achieved measurable results that improved client satisfaction by 20%. It's the same idea, but now it sounds professional, persuasive, and specific. And you notice those words, achieved measurable results, not just our team did a good job. All right? Now, here's a few more examples that we can go through. Instead of something like good results, you can say measurable results. Instead of a big change, say a significant improvement. Instead of I think, say I recommend or I suggest. That makes you sound more like you're a leader. Makes you sound more confident. And what makes these words sound better is that they actually change how people see you as a professional. They show that you're confident and you're capable and you're clear about what you mean. And in English, especially business, your tone matters just as much as your meaning. So here's a pro tip here. Keep a personal vocabulary notebook. Each time you hear a powerful phrase at work or in a podcast or in a meeting, jot it down and practice using it naturally in your next presentation or email. I see we got a comment. Live, relax. I was like that before too. Well, it's a skill that you learn, right? All right, number 2, precision in business English. What does this mean? It means get to the point. All right? We want you to get to the point because precision in communication isn't about sounding impressive. It's about being clear. And the most effective professionals don't hide behind big words or corporate jargon. They get straight to the point. And precision, what do I mean by that? It means you're delivering the art. It's the art of delivering maximum meaning with minimal words. So a client of mine once told me, "Well, Dennis, I write long emails because I want to sound polite and I want people to understand me." But in his case, the more words he used created more confusion. So after a few coaching sessions, I started getting him to whittle his words down, and he started clearing the fluff. So he'd say, he'd get his sentences down to like, "Let's meet tomorrow at 10," or "I'll send the report by Friday." The idea, or he said that idea won't work because of the budget. Well, suddenly his colleagues stopped asking for clarification all the time. Hey, imagine that. And started trusting his judgment. And that's what precision does. It builds confidence and trust. So what does that look like? How do we apply that? Well, number 1, cut the fluff. Remove filler words like actually, really, basically, and in order to. For example, instead of in order to finish on time, we need to hurry, just say we need to hurry to finish on time. Oh, see, we cut that in order to. Next, use concrete words. Replace vague terms with specifics. Instead of we saw improvements, say customer satisfaction rose by 12%. Third, shorten your long phrases. So simplify formal and wordy phrases and expressions. Take due to the fact and turn it into because. Make an adjustment. Just say adjust. Or at this point in time. Oh, that's a long phrase. Just say now. And finally, say what you mean. Avoid buzzwords like synergy and value added or move forward with. Be direct. Just say, let's start. Let's continue. Let's fix this. Okay? And this is going to help you sound much stronger. And here's a practice tip. Take a paragraph of a recent email or a report and rewrite it with half the words. You think you can do it? You'll be surprised at how much clearer and more confident you sound. And our final step is connection builders. What they do, they strengthen relationships. Business English isn't just about what you say, it's how you connect. Precision and impact matter. We talked about that. But connection is what makes people want to listen to you. Building connection means showing that you value others' input, respect different opinions, and communicate with empathy. Think of it like teamwork in conversation. You're not just passing information, you're building trust. I once had a client named Hannah, who, well, that's not her real name, but she was very technically brilliant, but often in meetings she came across as distant. She rarely responded to others' comments and just wanted to jump straight to her own ideas. Well, once she started using a few connection phrases like, "That's a great point, let's explore it further," or "I appreciate your input on this," the whole tone of her meetings changed because people were engaging with her and she was engaging with their ideas and hers more openly because they felt like they were being heard. So what are some phrases that you can use? I appreciate your feedback. It shows that you're open. What about, that's a valuable perspective? Yeah, it lets people know that you validate their contribution. Let's explore this idea further. Get them working together. Or if you want to know more, could you clarify that point for me? This shows that you are actively listening. And you can also say, I see your point, but may I add something? This allows you to respectfully maybe disagree or add your own ideas. And that these phrases show that you have some emotional intelligence. It's a skill that every professional, especially global professional, needs. They encourage participation, diffuse tension, and make collaboration smoother. And here's a quick challenge. Use one connection phrase in your next meeting and then notice how it changes the tone of the conversation and helps people respond more positively to you. Let me know how it works in the comments. All right, we're going to wrap it up here. So I want to remind you, you don't have to sound like a native speaker to sound professional. You just need clarity and confidence and the right vocabulary. Every time you learn a new phrase, remember, you're not just learning English, you're learning how to communicate your value. Okay. So, and your challenge for the week, choose 5 new business English words or phrases from today's episode. Write them down and use each one at least once in a real conversation or a message or email, and that's how you will see yourself making progress. And track it. And if you want to read the blog post, you can find the link down in the comments or in the chat or in the description. And if you want a daily structure for improving your English, check out my self-study course, Mastering English for Busy Professionals. It helps you build fluency in just 10 minutes a day. No stress, no cram sessions, just steady progress. And you know what time it is now? It's not time for tie tack. It's time for the Mastery Minute. The Mastery Minute, my favorite minute of the show. Okay, have you ever been in a meeting where everyone seems to be talking, but no one understands each other? Not a good place to be, right? Well, that's where the phrase, speak the same language, comes from. And no, it's not just about words. The expression means to share the same understanding, goals, or mindset. And its roots go way back to early translations of the Bible, where speaking the same language symbolized unity and shared purpose. Remember the story of the Tower of Babel in Genesis, way back at the beginning? They used the loss of a common language as a metaphor for division and misunderstanding. Well, God changed everybody's language so they couldn't work together anymore. Not good. Over time, this phrase evolved beyond the religious context to describe cooperation and alignment in any group. It first appeared in the 1600s, and then later gained popularity in business and diplomacy in the 20th century, when cross-cultural communication became essential for teamwork and success. So, how do you use this? Simple. Here's an example. Our sales and marketing teams finally speak the same language, and we're working toward the same customer goals. Is your team speaking the same language? Next time you're in a meeting, focus on clarity and connection, because when everyone speaks the same language, that's when real success happens. All right? That's all the time we have for today. We're a little over time. Today we explored the power of essential business vocabulary, words that help you sound more professional, more confident, and more persuasive. And next time, on Monday, we are tackling something that every learner struggles with: how to react naturally in conversations without overthinking. We'll explore the secrets behind sounding fluent and confident the way native speakers do, so you don't have to use the same reactions every time. And until then, keep your bow tie straight, keep your words sharp, and your confidence high. I'm Dennis Wilborn, and this has been 15-Minute Mastery. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you next time.